If you're over 60, please listen closely. This information could be vital for your health. You might think drinking a glass of milk before bed is a safe, nourishing habit. But what if I told you that some types of milk could quietly increase your risk of a stroke while you sleep? No chest pain, no clear warnings. You go to bed feeling fine, only to wake up unable to speak, move your arm, or recall your name. As a neurologist, I've seen too many older adults who believed they were making healthy choices, drinking milk labeled as heart-healthy, calcium-rich, low-fat, plant-based, or designed for seniors, only to suffer silent, life-changing brain events that took away their independence in a moment. In this guide, I'll reveal 5 types of milk that could be quietly harming your brain, especially if consumed at the wrong time, in the wrong form, or without your doctor's advice. Supported by science and real patient experiences, what you're about to learn could change what you keep in your fridge forever. Stay with me, because the habit you think is helping your health might be silently working against it, one glass at a time. Before we start, if you find this information helpful, please consider following our content and turning on notifications to stay updated with health tips made just for you. If you find this guide useful, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0 to help me create better content for you. 1. Rice milk. If you're over 60 and reaching for a glass of rice milk each morning, thinking it's a gentle, heart-friendly alternative, please listen closely. While rice milk is often seen as light and easy to digest, it may be silently putting your brain and blood vessels at risk. I've had patients who chose rice milk precisely because it was labeled dairy-free, low in fat, and soothing for the stomach, but few realize how dangerous it can be for aging bodies, especially when consumed daily. Here's why. Rice milk has one of the highest glycemic indexes among all milk alternatives. That means it rapidly spikes your blood sugar, even more than white bread or candy. For older adults whose metabolism is slower and insulin sensitivity lower, this sudden sugar surge puts immense stress on the small, fragile blood vessels in the brain. Over time, it can lead to inflammation, microvascular damage, and an increased risk of cognitive decline or even stroke. But the danger doesn't end there. Rice milk is also extremely low in protein and healthy fats, the very nutrients your aging brain and muscles need to stay strong and sharp. It fills you up without nourishing you, and many commercial rice milk brands add sugars, flavorings, and thickeners that quietly worsen the problem. One of my patients, a 71-year-old retired nurse, was drinking rice milk every day, believing it helped with digestion. She started feeling dizzy in the mornings and noticed her memory slipping. Her blood sugar was swinging wildly, and her brain scans showed early signs of vascular stress. When she stopped the rice milk and replaced it with balanced whole food breakfasts, her energy returned, and so did her clarity. If you're choosing rice milk for health reasons, I urge you to reconsider. Your brain doesn't need a sweet substitute. It needs stability, nutrients, and support. Sometimes the most gentle option isn't the safest one. Let's protect your mind with every sip. 2. High calcium milk with vitamin D, the hidden stroke risk in your refrigerator. Drink your milk, it's good for your bones. It's a message we've heard our entire lives, and for many older adults, it becomes almost sacred advice. As we age, we tend to double down on this habit, often reaching for milk fortified with extra calcium and vitamin D, believing we're doing our bodies a favor. After all, the packaging says it supports strong bones and healthy aging. But what if I told you that same glass of healthy milk could be silently putting your brain at risk, especially at night? As a neurologist with over 30 years of experience caring for seniors, I've seen firsthand how well-meaning habits can take a devastating turn. One case that stays with me is Mr. William Harris, a 78-year-old retired firefighter from Michigan. Every evening, he'd drink a glass of high-calcium milk, fortified with 1,000 IU of vitamin D. "Gotta keep the bones strong, Doc," he'd say with a smile. Until one morning, his wife found him collapsed on the kitchen floor, confused, speechless, and unable to move the right side of his body. No pain, no warning, just silence and a stroke. His labs showed calcium levels off the charts, arterial stiffness, a blood pressure spike overnight. The trigger? Too much calcium absorbed too quickly thanks to nighttime vitamin D, Combined with the body's natural dehydration and nocturnal blood pressure surges, the calcium had nowhere to go but into his arteries, hardening them like glass. What's worse, the early signs were there: brain fog, lightheaded mornings, word-finding trouble. But like many seniors, he chalked it up to just getting older. Mr. Harris survived, but his life changed forever. He no longer drives, his speech remains broken, and each time he pauses mid-sentence, I see the fear in his eyes. Was it the milk, Doc? Yes, it was. Before you pour another glass, ask yourself, are you nourishing your bones at the cost of your brain? 3. Low-fat milk with added phosphates, the heart-healthy option that can crush your brain. For decades, low-fat milk has been marketed as the gold standard for seniors. Heart-healthy, waistline-friendly, and easy to digest. It lines the shelves of every supermarket, boasting labels that promise cholesterol-free and smart choice. But what those labels don't tell you is what's hidden inside many of those cartons. Inorganic phosphate additives, a silent but serious chemical threat to aging brains, especially after 65. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Mrs. Irene Schultz, a 74-year-old retired school teacher from Ohio. Like many others, she made the switch to low-fat milk in hopes of improving her heart health. Every day, morning cereal and an evening glass, she followed what seemed to be healthy advice. "It's better for my heart," she told me with quiet confidence. What she didn't realize was that the milk she chose was fortified not only with vitamins, but with inorganic phosphates, additives used to enhance taste and shelf life. Over time, her body couldn't keep up. Morning dizziness appeared first, then her hands began to tremble. Memory fog set in. Within weeks, she nearly fell. Twice. When her son brought her into my clinic, Irene's blood pressure was swinging wildly. Her kidney function was declining, and her brain scans showed early signs of reduced blood flow. The culprit? Phosphate toxicity. Unlike the natural phosphates found in whole foods, these additives absorb rapidly into the bloodstream. In older adults, especially those with compromised kidney function, they build up silently, calcifying arteries, damaging vessels, and increasing stroke risk without warning. Ms. Schultz was lucky. We caught it early. But her memory didn't fully return. She no longer drives. Her independence slipped away, all because of a label she trusted. The worst part? This isn't rare. Most low-fat and skim milks today contain these additives, and the labels won't warn you. So before you reach for that healthy carton, read the ingredients. Ask your doctor. Because sometimes the most dangerous thing in your fridge is the one that promises to protect you. 4. Soy milk with estrogen boosters, the healthy aging myth that could wreck your brain. In recent years, soy milk has become a popular choice among seniors. Marketed as heart-friendly, plant-based, and gentle on the stomach, it's especially favored by older women seeking hormonal balance and smoother aging. Labels often read, "supports menopause," "astrobalance," or "healthy aging," giving the impression of a safe, natural alternative. But what many don't realize is that soy milk, especially when fortified with isoflavones, may carry hidden risks for the aging brain and vascular system. I'll never forget one of my patients, Mrs. Gloria Benson, a 69-year-old retired music teacher from Oregon. Hoping to manage menopause naturally, she began drinking soy milk daily, sometimes twice a day, choosing the menopause support versions loaded with estrogen-like plant compounds. At first, it seemed to help, but gradually, changes emerged. She began waking up groggy, her blood pressure rose unpredictably, and migraines returned after years of silence. Then came the moment that alarmed her family: speech difficulty and loss of balance. Fearing a stroke, they rushed her to the hospital. Her scans were clean, but her brain told a different story: signs of vascular stress and silent ischemic damage. What happened? The phytoestrogens in soy, compounds that mimic estrogen, had subtly but steadily altered her blood vessel tone, increased inflammation, and impaired cerebral blood flow. In women over 60, whose vascular systems are already more fragile, these hormone-like effects can trigger cascading neurological changes, not overnight, but slowly, insidiously. Gloria now requires speech therapy. She tearfully told me, "I thought I was choosing something healthy. I had no idea it could hurt my brain." Here's the most sobering truth. Soy products rarely list isoflavone content clearly. Even natural versions can pose long-term risks when consumed daily. If you're over 60 and drinking soy milk for memory or hormone support, pause. Talk to your doctor, because what seems gentle and natural could be silently rewriting your brain's future. 5. Milk with added sugar or artificial sweeteners. The sweet taste that silently starves your brain. It's subtle, it looks innocent. That vanilla almond milk in your fridge or the lightly sweetened oat milk you splash into your morning coffee. Maybe it's heart healthy, low sugar, or diabetic friendly, but make no mistake, if you're over 60, sweetened or artificially flavored milk could be silently setting your brain on a dangerous path. I remember one patient well, Mr. Clarence Doyle, 72, a retired Vietnam veteran from Nevada. He had been drinking a flavored oat milk daily, believing it was a healthy alternative to dairy. The label said only 6 grams of sugar and no added colors. He mixed it into smoothies, his oatmeal, and his evening tea. "It helps me wind down," he told me. But slowly his mornings became strange. He felt foggy, lightheaded, sometimes confused. His wife told me he would get up to use the bathroom, but by the time he reached the hallway, he'd forget why he was there. One morning, he collapsed. He was rushed to the ER, and though it wasn't a full stroke, his brain scans showed early signs of vascular inflammation and fluctuating blood sugar-related stress, particularly in areas responsible for balance and memory. What most people don't realize is that sugar, whether from cane, agave, or artificial substitutes like sucralose, can spike blood sugar, cause insulin swings, and lead to chronic inflammation in the blood vessels feeding your brain. For seniors, who often have slower metabolism, impaired insulin sensitivity, and aging microvessels, this combination can be deadly over time. The morning slowness, the afternoon dizziness, the blurry memory, these aren't just signs of aging. They may be your brain gasping for stability in the face of constant sugar shock. Even so-called unsweetened flavored milks often contain additives and flavor enhancers that fool your brain's reward system, prompting unnecessary insulin release or increasing cravings. Over time, these biochemical disruptions can lead to silent strokes, heightened dementia risk, and reduced ability to regulate blood pressure during sleep. Mr. Doyle thankfully recovered. He cut all sweetened drinks, including his beloved oat milk, from his diet. He switched to whole foods, balanced meals, and hydration. And though some memory lapses remain, he's regained control of his mornings and his confidence. "I had no idea my little nightcap was doing that to me," he told me. So if that carton in your fridge seems safe because it's plant-based or lightly sweetened, take another look. For aging brains, there's no such thing as a harmless sugar trick. But if you think the dangers end there, think again. Because in the next glass, we'll uncover the hidden risks lurking in senior nutrition powders that claim to live longer, but may be quietly stealing your clarity step by step. 6. Powdered milk for seniors without medical guidance. The brain-boosting shake that may be silently doing harm. Walk into any pharmacy or supermarket today, and you'll find entire shelves filled with powdered milk supplements. Labeled for seniors, cognitive support, or complete brain nutrition, these brightly colored cans promise strength, sharper memory, energy, even longevity. But what most older adults don't realize is that these formulas aren't tailored to individual needs. And when taken without medical supervision, they can quietly cause more harm than good, especially to your brain. I still remember Mrs. Linda Mayfield, a 76-year-old widow from Colorado, who came to my clinic complaining of daily dizziness, a strange mental fog, and ringing in her ears. She insisted her diet was perfect. She drank a popular powdered senior shake every morning. "It's got everything, doctor. Vitamins, omega-3s, calcium. I don't even eat breakfast anymore," she said proudly. But her labs told a different story. Her blood calcium was dangerously high. Her vitamin D levels had doubled the upper limit. Her B6 was off the charts. Within 30 minutes of drinking her shake, her blood pressure spiked. A brain scan revealed early vascular inflammation damage that had quietly been building for months. The truth is, many of these complete nutrition powders are overloaded with megadoses of fat-soluble vitamins like A and D, which accumulate in aging livers and kidneys. Too much B6 can damage nerves. Unbalanced calcium stiffens arteries. And no one warned Linda. She wasn't careless. She was trying to protect her independence. But no one told her that too much of a good thing can become a silent threat. She now takes medication for balance, no longer drives, and her memory still hasn't fully returned. If you're relying on powdered nutrition, don't rely on labels alone. Your brain doesn't need a marketing promise. It needs balance, precision, and a doctor who understands your individual needs. Ask questions, know your levels. Your brain is too important to guess. Because what you don't know can hurt you. But don't worry. There is a safer, smarter way to fuel your brain each morning using real foods that protect your memory, balance your blood pressure, and support your independence for years to come. Let me show you exactly what to eat and drink instead. After everything we've discussed, the silent risks hiding in your milk, your supplements, your healthy choices, you may be wondering, what's left? What's truly safe? The answer is simpler than you think. Your body, especially your aging brain, was never meant to rely on pills or powders for nourishment. It was designed to thrive on real food, whole, unprocessed, nutrient-rich meals that give your brain what it truly needs: stable energy, hydration, and the right balance of natural vitamins and minerals. I think about Carol Lyman, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Pennsylvania, who came to see me after experiencing months of morning dizziness, forgetfulness, and fatigue. She had been trying everything: vitamin-fortified milk, powdered drinks for seniors, even over-the-counter brain supplements. Her kitchen looked more like a pharmacy than a place to eat. But despite all the promises on those labels, her health was slowly slipping. We cleared her counter, we stopped every non-essential supplement, and we replaced it with one thing: a plate built for brain health. Each morning, Carol now starts her day with a soft boiled egg, half an avocado, a slice of whole grain toast, and a handful of blueberries. She drinks a glass of room temperature water and sometimes adds in a few walnuts. No pills, no sweetened drinks, just real food in real portions at real times. Within 3 weeks, her dizziness stopped, her blood pressure normalized, her memory became sharper. She even began walking without her cane again. Her mind and body finally started working together, not against each other. Here's why it works. Eggs provide choline, vital for memory. Avocados give healthy fats that protect neurons. Whole grains keep blood sugar stable, essential for preventing brain fog and vascular stress. Blueberries and walnuts are packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help prevent microvascular damage and cognitive decline. Water rehydrates your brain after a long night, improving clarity and alertness. These foods don't shock your system, they support it. They don't overwhelm your liver or kidneys. They don't spike your blood sugar. They simply nourish your brain the way nature intended. And let's be honest, food like this doesn't just heal your body, it restores your sense of dignity. It reminds you that you're still in control, that you can eat well, feel strong, and stay sharp without relying on corporate health gimmicks. But too many older adults never hear this message. They keep chasing pills, powders, and miracle drinks, not realizing the key to their independence has always been sitting on their plate. Don't let clever marketing steal your clarity. Don't trade your mind for a label. Now you might be asking, how many other healthy habits have been secretly harming me all along? That's the question I want to leave you with, because in this final message, I'll reveal the most powerful medicine left for your brain. And no, it's not found in your fridge or your cabinet. It's something far deeper, something most seniors forget they still have. The most powerful medicine left? Awareness. If you've stayed with me this far, it means you're not just hoping to live longer, you're fighting to live better. And that fight doesn't begin with another bottle, another pill, or another trendy health drink. It begins with one thing no one can sell you: awareness. As a neurologist, I've watched strong, capable people lose everything, not because they made a terrible mistake, but because of small, daily choices they thought were safe. A glass of milk here, a supplement there. And over time, those habits, marketed as healthy, slowly chipped away at their balance, their memory, their independence. You don't need to fear everything, but you do need to question. Read every label, listen to your body. If something feels off, morning dizziness, foggy memory, unsteady walking, don't brush it off as age. It could be your brain's cry for help. The truth is, your brain is still listening. It's still fighting for you. but it needs you to stop feeding it confusion and start feeding it clarity. The most powerful medicine isn't found in a pharmacy. It's in what you choose to put on your plate, what you choose to stop taking, and most importantly, what you choose to understand. Awareness won't just protect your brain, it will preserve your freedom. And that may be the most valuable gift you have left to give yourself. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.